What's going on, Pokemon's friends? It's your boy Tyler and
Garza.
We're here with the Season 1 Week 2 battle recap. We're going to go over your matches like we have been. It's been some pretty good, exciting matches. What do you think, Garza?
Overall, everyone has improved this week, and there were a lot of good battles this week.
Well, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it, being the first one was the Redskin Rockets versus the Miami Dolphins. The winner was Miami Dolphins, going to get that 2-0 on the board for them. We're going to start with I'll read off the positives, they'll read off the negatives. So first positive to have good items. He had Choice Band on the Trevenant, I believe, and the leftovers on the Skarmory. It's nice to see the new guys picking up the items and learning how they work. He got his spikes up, which was his plan. He told me he always likes to use spikes, especially after him and Dalton. And he made good with a hard matchup. He knew that Mega Blaziken and all the fighting types were really good against his team. Then he made it work. Although Robert wasn't able to bring the Mega Blaziken for a reason we have in the negatives. But I'll let Garza tell us about that.
Jace, he kept using Wood Hammer on that
Kartana.
Yeah, Kartana.
He knew it wasn't doing any damage, but he just kept using it. And then he finally switched out after he saw that Night Slash.
And you did not switch out much.
Yeah, you only switched out maybe 1 or 2 times. You need to find your matchup, find the best answer to what it is. And moving on to Robert, his positives were good movesets. And like the Night Slash on Kartana, he had Leaf Blade for the Tapu Fini. And he just overall, I believe he had Psycho Cut too. I think that's what he told me. And he switched appropriately. He knew exactly when to switch. He got Lucario out of there when he knew it wasn't going to get the Trevenant. And he just did a pretty good job.
Negatives. Still need to get them items.
He is still trying to get items. And he's getting there.
Yeah. And you also need to beat the game, buddy.
You need to get that Mega Blaziken in this game. I want to see him on that MVP board. And that's also why he hasn't got items. He's trying to get it, so we're not trying to ridicule you, we're just trying to help. And you'll get the items as you go throughout the game. Moving on to the next match, which is going to be the New England Patriots versus the Tennessee Electabuzzes. Mike going to pick up his first win. Going to be 1-1. Unfortunately, that leaves Dalton at 0-2. We'll go. This was
by far my favorite match.
It was a good one to watch. Mike was upset about it, but it gave us a real good match to watch.
You have bad luck with all those low accuracy moves coming from your opponent.
Positives, that Galvantula, that thing just never missed a thunder.
Not one.
And it was good for that matchup. He switched out almost perfectly. He knew what to get out and when it needed to get out, and he did pretty good. Although, negatives.
Negatives. Went for a second Leaf Storm when he probably could have KO'd that with a Giga Drain.
He did get the special attack boost off the one Leaf Blade, and it only had, I think, 35% life, and he could have got a Giga Drain just to finish it off and keep the superior there.
And took a while to figure out that Blissey is a special defense monster.
It is all special defense and no physical defense. He did figure it out after 2 moves.
Yes. But
it could have a lot less damage if he would have figured it out sooner. Which again, this is the whole point of learning. It's in preseason, so we're not trying to ridicule anyone. Mike's positive, good coverage on that Blissey. That Blissey, Blizzard, Thunder, Egg Bomb was a little weird, and he also had a healing move that we did not get to see, I believe.
No.
I think he told me he did. And he picked a great team for a hard matchup. He did have a little bit tougher matchup, being a lot of special attackers when he had, or more physical attackers whenever he has a special defensive team. But he made it work.
Negatives. Use Dig when the opposing team had a Hunch Probe.
That's a little risky using a Dig whenever he has Haunch Crow just waiting in the background.
And also, let Escadrille KO too early, leaving Garvantula to thunder freely.
Yeah, as soon as that Mammoth line got out there, it probably would have been a better idea to switch, because that Galvantula was just, as soon as he saw the Escadrille went down, he was just like, it's time to thunder all over the place. Alright, moving on to the next one is going to be the Houston Hippowdons versus the Green Bay Garchomps. This was a pretty interesting match. There was a little trouble, we'll talk about it. Ryan's positives, he had taunt to stop the roost Caesar. That was interesting. I did not see that coming. He had a matchup. It was a really tough matchup, but being Cabalion against Caesar, and he was able to just taunt it after he saw that roost, and it just basically gave him the match. Weakness policy on a Mandibuzz. Unfortunately, it did get burned from the Flame Body. But that was a very interesting item, and I was excited to see it, but it was just unfortunate that the burn just lowered the attack right back.
Now negatives. Went for the belly drum at the wrong time.
Yeah, you kind of switched in, took damage, procced your berry, I believe, after, and then did the belly drum, and then he was able to KO you from there. You got to find the right times to get a free switch in, or predict him to switch out, and then go for the belly drum. That way you proc your berry, get your life back up, and just look for the best times.
Also, use the Metagross against the Flame Body Magmortar.
Yeah, you did. The Magmortar had a little bit life left, and you switched in your Metagross and used the physical move, which did give you the burn and lowered your Metagross's attack too. So the Mega Metagross could have got more kills if it didn't get that burn. Jermaine positive. He switched at the right times. He did. He got that Scizor out of there at the right time and just was able to do pretty good with switching. And Flame Body for Ryan's physical team, his hardcore physical team. The Flame Body worked so well with him, and it was just a real good choice.
Negatives. I'm sure you've heard this a lot this week. Didn't pick 6 the first time.
Now, this is the only negative we're going to do here. Picking 5, it happens, or less, but you need to start over like as soon as things, because you can't do the whole match and then ask for a rematch, because that now you know your opponent's all his movesets, all his prepping, all his items, and it just kind of sucked for Ryan. But Ryan was a nice guy and gave him the rematch, so thank you, Ryan, for that, and he was able to do it. Now, you do get 2 strikes on that, but I'm gonna leave it alone for the preseason. But once that starts, you forget to pick all 6. That's 1 strike, and then there's a 2nd strike, and after that, you just have to go with the 5 or whatever you picked. It's unfortunate, but it kind of messes people up if they get the perfect start, and then the person knows how to counter it after you start over. Now, moving on to the Delaware Delibirds versus the Los Angeles Martos. Tell us your thoughts on your match with TJ.
This was an exciting match. TJ has stepped up his game a lot.
He did step up his game. So Garza's positives. He did the Dragon Z move on Charizard. Why did you do that?
I knew that TJ was going to come at me with a mostly Dragon team, and so I knew a Dragon Z move would be perfect on my Charizard, since I had very few Ice moves or Dragon moves to go up against him.
And the minimize on the Clefable. That was a good idea. Unfortunately, he was able to pass the evasiveness and with that flame charge he KO'd you. I'm really surprised that thing KO'd.
I was too.
But good part on TJ.
Yep.
By the way, unless you're wondering, I did give the kill to Clefable, even though the recoil killed him. I think it's more fair that way than just saying death. So I want us to get kills all over the MVP board. Thomas positive.
We didn't do my negatives.
We did not do your negatives. You do that.
My negatives were Calm Mind against the Sceptile. I realized my mistake when I did that. I thought he could handle the attack, but was very wrong. And not many ways to stop Sceptile near end.
Yeah, you kind of were running out of options for the Sceptile. If he would have one-shot that Tyranitar, it would have been over.
Yeah.
Thomas positive. He protected the fake out.
He did.
That was pretty good. He kind of remembered it last second, almost didn't protect, but he was able to make sure he didn't get that fake out. Because that fake out and then the double hit would have KO'd the Blastoise. And he got his Stealth Rocks early. He was able to predict your Clefable coming out. He says it at the beginning of the video that we did post to YouTube. So if you want to watch TJ's match, it is going to be on YouTube.
Very awkward.
It is very quiet and awkward, but he tried. He said, I know this MFer is going to start off with Clefable, so I'm going to get my Stealth Rocks out first. And for Thomas negatives, we're going to continue to what Thomas did wrong, our very favorite segment. Going on to the next match was the Detroit Dragonites versus my Chicago Bewares. You know your boy won. Chicago Bewares picking up their first victory in their first match. I'm going to let him read all of it.
Alright. Well, made sure that he didn't sub up, which was good, with that sub and sword to dance combo.
Yeah, that was scary. I was terrified as soon as I saw the substitute. I was like, oh no, because he's got sword to dance in there too.
And predicted his Dragonite getting the Stealth Rocks out.
Yeah, if you watch the video, you'll hear me say, I know he's going to switch from Dragonite to soak up the Thunderbolt, so I'm going to get non-fan in there and get Stealth Rocks.
Negatives. Didn't switch Marowak out, getting a 6-0 win.
I could have done it. I should have done it. I could have just been a bully and just switched out at the last second, 7 HP, get that 6-0 win if I could have.
And just did not get the match over with.
Oh yeah, I dragged that all because I kept over-predicting it. I could have just straight moon blasted everything.
Just these positives. The sub-sword dance and then the key.
That was terrifying. Yeah, I was terrified of the wood hammer, but I just couldn't risk him getting sub 2 up for free.
And creative with the Mew set.
Reflect type. What else did he have? Transform. That was interesting.
It was.
He got their roar bell off of it. All that. Forfeiting the match.
Way to be a sore loser. This is why you're the fake buzzer.
Please do not forfeit the matches. It takes away from the MVP list, and it's just you have to do it all. Just please do not forfeit y'all's matches, guys. Overthinking. He called me as soon as the match was over, which is why the video cuts out, and he told me that he was just over-predicting for that Marowak. He thought I was going to switch it out to keep the Lightning Rod ability alive for my Blastoise, and
the Shadow Sneak instead of the Shadow Claw.
Yeah. Shadow Sneak, he says he wasn't thinking right. He said he thought Marowak would outspeed, so he went for the Shadow Sneak, but we all know Marowak is slow.
Yeah.
Now, what Thomas did wrong.
We went light.
Yeah,
he made me go light.
He had no moves on Vesper.
Oh. Why, Thomas?
He did have 2 moves, but they were both Psychic, and he could not touch that Tyranitar. So it was what, Charm, Extraordinary,
yep, and
Future Sight, and Stealth Rocks. So once it got out there, and he just could not touch it. He did not make the safe play on Charizard and Thunderbolt. Yes, it would have been an amazing prediction to see that Tyranitar coming.
Yep.
But sometimes it's just okay to make the safe play and just get rid of the Charizard if you have the chance. Didn't go for the for-sure KO on Tyranitar.
I could have won you the match, TJ.
Although you would have been stuck in a scenario where you had to wait a turn, but ensuring that his Tyranitar went down, he would have had 1 left and he would have had 2. And you never know what could have happened. He could have survived the hit, he could have gone for a nasty claw and you still outspeed. It could have gone a different way. So going for the, what was the move? It's the one where you have to recharge the grass move. But yeah, I can't think. It's slipping our minds right now. But he had the move, he says it in the video, and he said he didn't want to take the recharge rate when Garza only had one left, and it would have ensured the KO. He could have saved his Blastoise for Tyranitar and sacked off Electivires.
Yep. I had nothing to answer for the Blastoise.
So, like, I know he did whittle you down with the Earthquakes, but it seems like it could have been a better move to save the Blastoise. But we never know. Now, Pokemon MVP Pokemon of the week is going to be the Blissey. We chose this because of coverage, because you know I like coverage.
Overall, it was a great Pokemon, having all the Blizzard and the Thunder.
And it just pretty much saved Mike getting the freeze, because if it wasn't for the freeze, and I believe he got him paralyzed too.
Yep.
So that really got him safe in the game, because it looked like Dalton was going to start wrecking if he didn't get those.
It was, with all them Thunders.
And it was just, I believe that Blissey was the MVP. We agreed on it. Now, starting next time, after the next battle week, we will be putting up on the polls for y'all to vote for the MVP and the VIP. So I don't want to be like 1 week I'm like, my Pokemon did good, I think I should get it. So I'm gonna put a couple options on the board for y'all, and y'all vote for which one y'all think is the MVP and the VIP of the week. Now, going on to the VIP of the week is going to be Thomas, the prediction of Garza's Clefable on the Stealth Rocks turn 1.
Yep. I was kind of surprised he predicted that. I was thinking he was going to think I was going for my Ambipom.
Now, although it is true, I don't know what y'all predicted and stuff, but it was kind of a hard week for me to pick the VIP, or for us to pick the VIP, and I felt like Thomas' prediction turn 1 was just getting the Stealth Rocks on against that Charizard turn 1 was just great. Now, moving on, the top 5 on the MVP season board. Mega Metagross, 7-1.
Glad it took Mimikyu off that top.
Yeah, Mimikyu did get knocked down one.
Yep.
Mimikyu is now 6-1. Alolan Marowak is going to be 4-1. Galvantula 4-2. And Mega Tyranitar is 3-1. Regular Tyranitar is 3-1, which I find funny, but
yeah.
It over.
Yeah.
Now, moving on to trades this week. Now, a thing about the trades. Yes, every weekend you are able to trade during the preseason, but after that, I think I'm going to come up with 4 trade days throughout the rest of the season. So it won't be every 2 weeks like we're doing right now. So if you want to get stuff traded during the preseason, it's time to do it, but I will only give you a 3-day period. I had to trade my Musharna for Buffalmont. I've got some pretty spicy ideas for the Buffalmont. After I got some time to finally look at my team, not typing all that stuff, getting everyone's drafts in, so I was like, Buffalmont, a good pairing with my team, good coverage, whatnot, and Musharna I wanted to make work, but I kind of let him go.
Let's be honest, there's not too many people in this group that probably even knows Musharna is a Pokemon.
Now, Ryan traded his Alolan Raichu for Jellicent.
That's actually a good pick. Jellicent's a very, very tanky Pokemon.
It is, and more special defensive than physically defensive, but I believe Ryan will make it work pretty great. Spiritomb for Shuckle. I believe I spelled Shuckle wrong, but who cares? Jesse decided to trade a Shuckle because he wanted a Stealth Rocker and still have a tanky Pokemon. And I think that's a good one. Yeah. Hypno for the legendary, the Thomas, the Probobass.
Good pick, Thomas. You picked your spirit Pokemon.
Now, talking with Thomas, we figured out that Probobass goes perfect with his Sceptile. Because all of its weaknesses, it soaks it up. It's resistant to. So he decided to go with Probobass for Hypno. Garza, Tentacruel for Cloyster.
Yes.
Cloyster is such a scary Pokemon.
It is. With that skill link ability, it being able to take in hits while dishing them out.
He does hit the shell smash ability or move and then skill link, and it's just a nightmare to deal with. But he's also your new rapid spinner.
Yep.
Now, the last slide is the 12th coach, Barry B. Bush of the Bayou Blazekins.
Yep. Bayou.
Now, we're going to go over his team. Hopefully people are watching this video so they can see it.
Yep.
We have his Tier 1 Weavile and his Hydreigon. Is that how you spell it? I don't think I spelled it right.
I think.
Tasserina, Gigalith, Dusknoir, Carbink, Thundurus, Gengar, Decidueye, Vikavolt, and Mega Swampert. This is a frightening team.
It is. I'm excited to see that Gengar. I thought about grabbing him myself, but I'm excited to see him in battle.
Now, he will be facing Nugget first. I was trying to pair people up with if you have 2 losses and you face someone else with 2 losses, the 1-1s and the 2-0s. So I had to find a place to fit him in. I put him in with Nugget since he is 0-1, and it was the closest I could other than me. It had a 1-0, and I felt like, yeah. But it's a very scary team. I'm excited to see how he uses it.
Will be exciting. I'm terrified for that Tyranitar.
Oh, Tasserina.
Yeah.
Good rapid spinner, grass type.
Yep, with that
Priority
moves.
Oh yeah, no
Canceling
priority.
out.
Ooh, that's good.
Ooh.
He's your weakness.
He is.
Your anti-palm ain't got
Fake
nothing.
out. No.
I'm terrified of Thundurus. I was kind of. Oh, that is Thundurus T, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to put it in. But Thundurus. It's excited not to see any of the Landorus Thundurus.
Yep.
But Mega Swampert, just super scary to face.
Especially since not too many people in here have any grass type Pokemon.
I do. Well, that's all we have for y'all. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel so you see what's going on. I'm still trying to work on copyrights or learning about copyrights and everything. So